Hey, welcome back. This is Pamela with Pamela's Tarot Tales, and we are almost there with hashtag 31 Days of Tarot 2019. Today is day 30. And today's prompt is, do you carry out predictive tarot? Why or why not? And to this date, here's the thing, is that I'm open to learning new techniques and trying new things and evolving my style of reading. But as of right now, I do not do predictive tarot readings. And there's several reasons why. And when I do things that are kind of looking at the future, it is not so much predictive, but saying, on this current trajectory with where you're at now, this is kind of how things are looking, and that's changeable. The reason I don't do, there's several reasons, but the main reasons why I don't do predictive tarot is, one, because I don't want that responsibility. There's, the way that I see it is, there's lots of options and avenues and timelines, and that depends on the choices that you make and how you interact with the things that come up for you and your stuff and your responses and reactions and your karmas. What do you need to go through? And yes, you can tap into that. I do think it's totally possible, but it's a big responsibility, and it takes, for me, I don't want to interact in that way. I don't want to take on that responsibility. I also think that it can be disempowering in a way that's like, well, okay, she said this is going to happen. And I don't think that that is healthy, to give up your power to, because for that thing to happen, it may take you doing something specific or not doing something specific. So I feel like that can disempower people in a way that's not healthy. And they, it's one thing to trust and to have faith, and it's another thing to completely give over your power and not do the work and put that responsibility on someone else, saying, well, they said this and then that didn't come to fruition, or it did, and it's like, well, it was unavoidable, and maybe it was, but it could have also maybe have been lessened, or not so intense, or or you could have done some work to ease if there's suffering involved, to ease that, or to ease the way that you work and respond to things. So it's just not an area that I felt was important for me to pursue at this point in my career and in my life. So those are the main reasons. I can't just open the door. Yeah, there she goes. All right, we'll shut that. So the other thing is that so many things are changeable, and granted, there may be things that are not, but part of life for me is learning how to deal with things as they come in healthy ways. And sometimes when you know ahead of time, you can get too much into your head and cause more suffering or more anguish or more, or you can make that thing not happen. So for me, we signed up for life to be a mystery in a way, and to learn as we grow and have things unfold, and to, but yeah, it can be helpful to look at that and say, oh, okay, well, this, if this happens, or, but I don't really have a good method for how to do it in a way that feels ethical to me, and in a way that, not that it's unethical for people to do it, because I want to make that clear. I don't think that it's unethical, and it's just I haven't found a way that works for me with that resonates, that feels true and honest and empowering and healing. And so that's kind of my take on it. I will look at kind of things, how things turn out or future, but it's always under the premise and with the caveat that on your current trajectory, what you're currently doing, where you're currently at, this is how things are evolving. This is how things are looking. And I think that's very, very helpful, because what it does is it puts you in a state of present moment, meaning, okay, well, I have the power to look at that. I have the power to change that. And I have the ability to work with those energies, whether they are definite or not. You have that option, and I think that that's one of our greatest gifts that we can utilize. And so I think that's important, at least for me. So looking at it that way. Again, that being said, it'd be kind of interesting. I think that we're curious as human beings, and we want to know some of those things, and we think, oh, well, it'd be so much easier if I just knew. And I don't know if that's the case, but the nature of the human mind, I think, wants to have things mapped out and precise in a lot of ways. Not everybody, of course. So anyway, that was a much longer ramble, but I think that it's important, and it's how I feel. And if you are doing predictive tarot, and I think that's amazing. And we all have our strengths as readers, and we all have what we feel comfortable with, and where we are called to serve. And I think that's awesome. So, all right, have a great day. I'll see you guys. Tomorrow's the last day for #31 Days of Tarot. So, all right, see you soon.